Hey guys, it's Bobby, aka Paginator, and today we're going to talk about Christmassy books to read. So in case you're already feeling all the holiday feels and you're wanting a Christmassy book or two to read, I've got some recommendations for you. These are young adult books and they all live in my classroom library. So I don't have them physically to hold up for you, but I can pop pictures up here. And because they're in my classroom library, that means that I personally feel like they're fine for middle schoolers to read too. So take my opinion for whatever it's worth. We're gonna do 5 books today, and we're gonna start with one called Talk Santa to Me by Linda Urban. This one is about Francie, who was born in a stable. Actually, it was a deluxe, pre-lit stable that's sold in her family's store called the Holidays Holiday Shop. And they have a big holiday business. They have the store, and they also have the Santa School, which was started by her grandfather who recently passed away. Francie's Aunt Carol is taking over the business now, and Francie's always loved working at the store, but Aunt Carol's kind of messing things up. She's kind of moving towards doing Hollywood-inspired Santa Claus instead of the kind of vintagey, homey kind of Santa Claus. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that correctly, but Aunt Carol wants more sparkle and that kind of stuff versus the traditional Christmas things that they have been doing. Aunt Carol also is making all the employees wear these crazy uniforms, and Francie just does not care for them. So she wants to do something about this before Aunt Carol ruins the family business. And then she also has a few personal goals. She's been saving up some money for a car, and she had a disastrous first kiss that she really wants to forget about. And there's a really cute guy who works at the Christmas tree lot next door, and so she's kind of wondering if maybe she can find a way to kiss him for Christmas time. And if you read the book, then you can find out if she can pull off her ideal holiday or not. Up next, we're going to talk about What Light by Jay Asher. This is the same author that wrote 13 Reasons Why. This is about Sierra, whose family runs a Christmas tree farm in Oregon. So for the most of the year, they're there. But then at Christmas time, they pack up and go down to California where they run their own Christmas tree lot. And so she kind of has 2 different lives that are kind of split. And sometimes she doesn't love that. But this year, when they're in California for Christmas, she meets a boy named Caleb. Now, Caleb is not your perfect boy. A while ago, he years ago, made a big mistake, and he's been paying for it ever since. And so he's getting a lot of judgment. Not everybody thinks that he's a good person, but he's really trying to be a good person and make up for the bad decision that he made. Sierra sees kind of beyond Caleb's past, and she becomes determined to help him, find forgiveness within himself and maybe some redemption of some kind. But as these two start to feel more romantically towards each other, not everyone is going to approve of Sierra's choice of boyfriend. The third book is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. On Christmas Eve 5 years ago, 17-year-old Holly Chase was visited by 3 ghosts who warned her that she needed to change her ways because she's being very selfish and spoiled, and that's true, she is. And they want her to have a change of heart, like Scrooge from the story by Charles Dickens. And Holly did not change her heart. She did not improve her behavior, and she died shortly thereafter. So now she's in the afterlife, and she is one of the Christmas ghosts. She is the ghost of Christmas past, working for this company called Project Scrooge. And each year they have an assigned Scrooge person, and they have to go and visit them and try to help do for this person what the 3 ghosts could not do for Holly, or she chose not to take advantage of, or whatever. And so far her afterlife has been pretty miserable, but she's hoping that this year's Scrooge could be better, and he might just change everything. ... Up next we have So This Is Christmas by Tracy Andreen. This one I gave 5 stars to, and I didn't tell you my ratings for the other ones. Sorry about that, but they were all in the 4-star range. So let's come back to this one. So This Is Christmas is about Finley Brown, and she is from a place called Christmas, Oklahoma. And she's been at boarding school, and she's coming back home for Christmas and thinking, oh, everything's gonna be the same as it always is, but it really isn't. Her best friend is now dating Finley's ex-boyfriend, and her parents have separated, and her arch nemesis got a job working at her grandmother's inn, and there was a boy that she convinced that her hometown was this perfect, idyllic Christmas paradise, and he should definitely come check it out. And guess what? He shows up at her grandma's inn. And so now she's like, crap, I promised him an amazing Christmas. I've got to fulfill it. So she's kind of got a lot on her plate, but she's going to try to make sure that this friend has a great holiday and that she finds maybe a little bit of happiness for herself as well. And our last book is 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. This was also a 5-star read for me, and it's probably my favorite of this list, so maybe that's why I saved it for last. I don't know. So this one's about Sophie. Her parents are going away for Christmas to her older sister's home. Older sister is now an adult, is very heavily pregnant, and the parents are going and Sophie is staying at home. And she's thinking this is a perfect opportunity for some alone time, aka make-out time, with her boyfriend, Griffin. However, Griffin breaks up with her. So she's heartbroken and she flees to her grandparents' house, and the rest of her very boisterous, loud family is there. And they're all gathered for the holiday. And Sophie's Nona comes up with this great idea. Says, okay, for the next 10 days, Sophie's gonna go on 10 blind dates, each set up by one of us, like by 10 different members of the family. So this includes her sweet cousin Sarah, who sets her up with this hot boy, and they go to an underground party. It includes her crazy Aunt Patrice, who sets her up with a boy that only comes up to her shoulder, and instead of an actual date, they have to go be Mary and Joseph in a live nativity and hold a screaming baby. Not exactly the best idea for a date. And you know, she has several other interesting date stories, as you might imagine. And then Griffin's gonna show up and beg for a second chance, but Sophie doesn't know what to do because she's already started to have feelings for someone else, and it's someone that's not exactly available. Will she be able to find love for Christmas? Okay, so that's it. It's a quick video today, but I think that's fine to have shorter videos sometimes, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.